Dear student, we'll learn how the natural draught is to be produced with the help of the chimney. So, what are the basic concept behind this creation of the draughts through the chimney? Here, this is the chimney, and this one is the chimney. This one is the chimney, and this one is the boiler. Boiler consists with this is a system where the economizer, superheaters, and other accessories are to be given. But it is simply notified as a boiler. Now we will consider the 2 points which is inside the which is inside the uh, chimney. Let us suppose this is the point A, and another point which is B at the same grade level. When there is a firing inside, when there is a firing at the furnace, the flue gases moves from this boiler house to this chimney, and the cold air the cold air which is inside the chimney is to be replaced by this hot gases which is coming out from this boiler to this chimney. As the gases are filled in the chimney, uh, the density of these gases is lower with respect to the density of the outside air. Here the density of these gases is lower than the density of air which is outside. So this density difference, the pressure at the point A and at the point B are different. Here the pressure at A, this pressure at A is always lesser than the pressure at B. This is the pressure at B. So due to this difference in pressure at the same grade level of the same height of the height column, this is the H height column, this one is the H height column, here is also the H height column, the difference in density will create a pressure difference, and that pressure difference will create the movement of the flue gases from the boiler house to the chimney. As a result of this, the flow of flue gases takes place. As the height of the chimney will increases, the gases filled into this chimney is also increases, and the draught will always increase. But there is certain limitation that we cannot increase the height of the chimney up to a certain height, because there is a cost of manufacturing of this chimney increases. So we develop a certain draughts with the help of this chimney, which is called the natural draughts. The value of this draught is normally, this is the 10 mm to 15 or 20 mm of water column, 20 mm of water column. So this is the limitation. We cannot increase this we cannot increase the pressure draught beyond this 20 mm. But as the demands of the electricity or the demands increases, then we require the more pressure draught, because the more fuel is to be burnt inside the boiler in the furnace, and for rejecting that flue gases, a larger value of draught is to be required. So such type of draughts cannot be developed by the natural draught itself. So we will go for the another draughts which we created by another means, that is called the artificial draughts. So here the some advantages of the natural draughts we will discuss here. It doesn't require any external power for producing the draught, because the chimney itself produces the natural draughts. And the capital investment is low, because this is a one-time investment, and the maintenance cost is nil, because there is no mechanical parts which is required for producing the draughts. Only the chimney is there, so the maintenance cost is lesser. So chimney keeps the flue gases at a high place in the atmosphere, which prevent the contamination of the atmosphere. It has the longer life because it is made of the concrete structures, so this is the longer life. Now the limitation is that it creates the draught up to 10 to 20 mm of water column at a normal atmospheric condition and flue gas temperature. The bubble draught decreases with the increase in outside air. When the outside air will, when the outside air temperature will increases, the draughts decreases. But for increasing the draughts, then we have to eject the flue gases at a higher temperature. That basically renders the or decrease the overall efficiency of the plant. So this is the drawback of this natural draught system. And as there is no mixing of air and fuel in the combustion chamber due to the low velocity of the air, because the draught is lesser, so the velocity of air passing through the grate is the having the low velocity, so that the proper mixing are not there, so the specific fuel consumption increases. The fuel consumption increases for developing the same amount of the power as in case of the artificial draught system. The chimney has no flexibility because the height of the chimney is fixed, so draught is fixed, so we cannot increase the draughts as per the demand of the electricity or the demands are required. So these are the basic drawbacks of this natural draught system. So to combat this drawbacks, there is under draughts, that is called the artificial draughts, come into the picture. In artificial draughts, only the fans or blowers are to be utilized. In this particular case, the draught is of the order of 20 to 25 mm of water to 350 mm of water, because this also has a certain limits, because it cannot go beyond this 350 mm of water has to. But this 350 mm of water is the very high side of the draughts, because this draught is sufficient for developing the demands. Now this artificial draughts is to be categorized into three parts. One is called the forced draught system, another is called the induced draught system, and third one is the balanced draught system. Here in case of the forced draught system, these are locations of the boiler. This one is the boiler, economizer, air preheater, and this one is the chimney, and this is the location of this forced draught fans. This forced draught fan send the air into the boiler house or inside the furnace. Then the flue gases goes to this economizer, and then it goes to the air preheater, then it goes to the chimney. Ultimately it comes out to the atmosphere at a certain height. So at this locations, at the various location inside this region, the pressure is positive. Here the inside pressure is also positive, because the air is to be thrown into this house with the help of the forced draught fan. So this is the pressure created inside this boiler house, having the higher side. This is called the forced draught system. Now another draught system, which is called the induced draught system. Here the induced draught fan is to be located at near to this chimney. So at this side the negative pressure is to be created. Here the pressure is lower than the atmospheric pressure. Here this pressure is lower than atmospheric pressure. Now there is another type of the draught which is called the balanced draught. In this particular cases, there are two fans has to be utilized. Here the forced draught fans are at the inlet of this grate, and another is there is a induced draught fan at the near the chimney. So there is two fans are to be located, and these two fans balance the upper positive side and negative side pressure inside the boiler house. It is always preferable to use the combination of induced and forced draught fan instead of the forced and induced draught alone. If forced draught alone is to be utilized, then the furnace cannot be opened for firing or inspection, because the high pressure air gas inside the furnace will try to blow out, and hence there every chances of blowing out of the fire completely, and the furnace may stop. In case of induced draught fan alone,